and this time it's straight garbage. I got no intro. I got nothing because apparently I can't get to a place where the internet is good. So that sucks. Um, oh shit. Oops. Yeah. So this is shitty. I don't know. Should I turn my phone sideways? That might actually be better, huh? Hold on one second. I don't even know. Oh shit. I almost turned my phone off. Okay. I don't even know if like anybody's even gonna show up. Orientation is locked. Rotate device back. Oh, fucking A. Well, that's cool. I guess I can't turn my phone and ugh. This sucks, bro. This is fucking garbage. But you know what? Um I don't even know what to do. This is shitty. I basically just wanted to see if I could actually even go live. I know everybody's probably waiting on the other live. I should probably well I typed in there to see if yeah, to see if you know. Hold on. No. Okay. All right. Well, I guess it looks good. Does it sound good? Cuz I actually have my mic. This mic is plugged into my phone, which is crazy. Uh but yeah, let me yeah, this sucks. So here's the problem. I am out of town for work. Oh, okay, cool. Shit. Well, that's good. Thank God for this microphone. I'm glad that it actually works this way. But I'm out of town for work. As you can see, I have my stuff set up, but uh can't connect to anything. Like I tried to test the stream and basically nothing worked. And I tried my hotspot on my phone, which it's stupid because I'm doing this on my phone, connected to the Wi-Fi, and yet it's working. But when I tried to do it from the laptop, the Wi-Fi was just garbage, and I couldn't get anything to work. So yeah, if you guys are here, type in the chat. I can still see the chat. I have it brought up. Uh, I'm gonna try my best to get through this. If anybody shows up, I mean, if nobody shows up, then I'm not gonna worry about it. Oh, it looks like there's people in here now. Hopefully, everybody jumps in the chat though, like normal. I'm not gonna have my music. I'm not gonna have my visuals. But you know what I do have? Some fucking twisted tea. This is about what I need. Today's been an absolute bullshit day. Uh, it started off okay, and then shit just went downhill fast, and the end of my day was absolute garbage. What's that shirt? Oh, it's like old school TV with like a fucking astronaut looking at it. It's into the AM, so they do a lot of like astronaut stuff and shit like that. So they're kind of cool. I like these shirts. Right on that. Thank you for jumping in and telling me. You got a Nintendo Switch? No, I don't, but I do like them. But I never would have enough damn time to play them. So, but anyway, yeah. I was trying to set this up where it didn't look like straight trash, but there's not. Who gives a shit? Because this isn't the normal. What's up, Xavier? How you doing? I'm glad that you guys are jumping in. I just wanted to jump in here and still go through everything. What up, Tyler Betts? I wanted to go through everything still if we could. I got no music, nothing because I just can't. I can't connect to anything. So it is what it is. But I figure we could still jump in here and say what's up. Do you have what's up with you, Tua? You got a lot of random questions today. I do not have a Toyota, actually. But yeah, Tyler can beatbox with his. We're gonna treat this like a regular live stream, huh? Just spam a bunch of crazy shit in the chat. Simple is cool too. Okay. Well, I'm having a drink because I don't have my regular drink, and that sucks. And it's been a shit day. And it is what it is. I'm not gonna harp on it too much, but That's what happens when I go out of town. I'll tell you this right now. This is probably one of the first times ever that I've not been able to actually do the stream from wherever I'm at. And I've been in some real shit hotels. And this one isn't even as bad. Like it's bad, but it's not as bad. But the service for my phone sucks here. Um, and also the Wi-Fi is garbage. So I've been able to do stuff, but I've noticed the lagging and stuff. So I was actually hoping that it would get better, but that was just wishful thinking. I have all my shit set up and I can't do anything with it. It's stupid. But the weather's okay. I mean, we had some crazy storms here where I'm at earlier in the week, and then it's settled down. It's rained here and there a couple times, but nothing crazy. And right now it's about 80, 82 degrees, which is better than at home. At home it's probably still like high 90s right now. So anyway, you know what I just realized? I didn't even bring the smelling salts over here because I got home. I got to my room probably close to 6 o'clock, and there was some stuff that I hadn't even done. I hadn't even finished some of my prep, and that's only because I thought I'd have a little bit of time. But then I left the job site and I had to go back, and it was for something that wasn't even our fault. But I had to go back, so I went back, sat there, troubleshot some more stuff, and I was, trying to get some food so I could eat before I did this, and it just didn't work. It didn't happen. And so I got back at 6 and I'm like, okay, I have an hour. I'm gonna get all my shit ready. And then I thought about it and I was trying to do some stuff on my laptop, and basically everything was laggy. And I'm like, okay, I need to test a stream. So I tested a stream privately, and it dropped frames left and right. Just absolute shit for connection. My bit rate was trash. So yeah, that's the fun of trying to make sure you get your show done, regardless of where you are and what you do. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, maybe I record a video, and then I'm like, you know what? I've never tried to do it live from my phone, so why not try that? And since it's working, might as well, right? So you're just gonna have to sit here and stare at my ugly face instead of being able to see nice visuals of the fighters and the things and all that. But it is what it is. We'll work with what we got. So, hey, I appreciate you, Xavier, for being in here. Thoughts on $100 on Ankh Walker Dulatev at plus 146? Damn, Tyler. Hey, what's up? All is good. I can't even play the sounds, man. That sucks. Shit, that's a tough one. Walker Dulatev. Let me look. Let me look at what because I haven't even looked at the odds. I mean, Ankalaev, I feel like is a good bet because I don't know that Guskov is at his level. So that's going to be tough. I don't know that I feel like, he's going to be able to overcome Ankalaev unless Big Ankh is not at 100%, but I'm pretty sure he's going to come in here at 100%. The fight with Khalil Roundtree would have been so much better, and at least that would have been a decent fight. But Ankalaev is a big favorite right now at minus 460, which is probably why your parlay winds up at plus 146. Dulatov is minus 750. God damn. And then who else do you got? Walter Walker, minus 280. Okay. Yeah, man, I'd say go for it. Shit. If you're willing to put up $100 on that, Tyler, shit, might as well take advantage. At least it's a plus something bet, right? It's not like it's all favorites, and two of them are big favorites. That's crazy. Anyway, this show's gonna be all over the place because obviously I don't have all my regular shit. So, but you know what? When it comes down to it, this is kind of cool too because I don't have to. Disclaimer, not a financial advice channel. Exactly, Xavier. Exactly. But yeah, sometimes this is cool just to, do something different. And I'm still getting texts from stuff happening at work back at home, which is, I mean, they're having a bad day too. One of my guys came back from out of town last week. They were the ones gone last week. The other two guys I work with, they came back. One of them had to leave and go to a out of town site that's like 5 hours away, and he's been there for a couple days, and it sucks, man, because he was gone all week last week. So, he is the new guy, and the new guys, they got to do what they got to do sometimes. But I feel bad still because he's been gone. He's going to come back tomorrow, and then he's got to turn around and leave again on Monday to keep our rotation up for this out of town job we're doing now. So it's just been a shit fucking week, man. And things are just not. I thought things were getting better this morning, and then it just took a turn for the worst. And then this shit happens. So I'm just like, man, I'm gonna be grateful right now that this mic I forgot is a USB-C mic, so it doesn't work like my mics at home. So I plugged this motherfucker right into my phone, which is pretty sick that I can actually do that, because I pulled out my mics that I use for content, and and they were dead. I haven't used them since North Carolina, and these little mics, and they're dead. Oh shit, I shouldn't have done that, because then it's gonna try to connect. Damn it. Hopefully the sound is still good for you guys. Shit. I forgot about that, because I'm not used to being on my phone. So that's the thing. So I guess I'm a fucking like regular streamer now, not just a podcaster. Anyway, I've wasted like 12 minutes just bitching and complaining, but I just wanted to make sure, okay, good, no change. Thanks, babe. My wife is very helpful, especially because she's at home and I'm stuck over here in this shit place. But yeah, I've wasted 12 minutes of complaining, so I might as well get to it. I mean, really, there's other events going on this weekend, and those are classic GRP, right? Exactly, all is good. I wish I had my sounds. I'd fucking play it right now. Actually, I wonder if you could even hear it if I were to play it out. Ooh, you might have been able to hear that, huh? Maybe I'll play it. Let's see. If I turn it up, here you go.
Damn, son.
It's gonna sound like shit, but at least you could hear it. I did turn it up. Hey, Bibby, what's up, Bibby? What's the Terrence Howard one, man? Oh, here it is. There you go. There, we got some of them going, you know what I mean? At least we got something. Shit, I'm just gonna drink this twisted and get to talking about the fights. There's a whole lot of boxing going on this weekend, which is crazy. Baby. I assume I know who that is. That's a funny ass name though. There's a ton of boxing going on this weekend. I don't know if you guys know, but Tyson Fury is fighting tomorrow. No, Ryan Garcia is not fighting this weekend. That's not this weekend. That is September. That's the same night as UFC Noche. So yeah, it is. Baby, the Bible thumper. Yeah, Garcia's not fighting till September. He's taken Canelo's spot in that Mexican Independence Day shit. So that's kind of crazy. But I guess Canelo's fighting on Halloween, October 31st. So yeah, that's kind of crazy. But is I hope it's just my shit here that it's lagging. Or is it lagging for you guys? Damn it. I might have to X out of this. Uh-oh. It might be lagging. Oh, no, it's not. I paused it like a dipshit. Okay, here we go. Bro, Canelo throwing shade at Garcia. Oh, okay, we're good. Yeah. So, yeah, okay, no, it's because, you know what I did is I paused the video. I'm trying to watch it on my laptop, so that way I can keep up with the chat and stuff, because the chat pops up for me here, but then it goes away. So, but yeah, Canelo threw a little bit of shade at Garcia. Garcia, he's one of those dudes you never know. You never know, like, what you're going to get from him. Is he going to be the massive shit talker? Is he going to be humble? Is he going to be fucking crazy, overconfident, and just be aggressively, you don't know what you're going to get from him. But when it comes down to it, he's a great boxer, right? So I feel like I just hope he doesn't dive back into the bullshit he was doing before, because I think it was Haney pointed out that he had the little chin, the little jaw fucking stutter again. But why is he hating on him for being Mexican American? Because he's not full Mexican. So, that's like me. Like full on Mexicans will straight up hate on me because I don't speak Spanish all the time. I don't eat a bunch of Mexican food, and I'm Mexican American. You know what I mean? That's just how shit goes. You know what I'm saying? People have pride for where they're from, and if you're not full on Mexican, like born and raised there, because he's no sabe. Exactly, Tyler.
Bruh.
um, but it's just one of those things. So especially when it comes to the fact that he's going to fight on Mexican Independence Day, he combats like Ryan Garcia himself combats the whole Mexican thing a little bit. So it's kind of his own fault. But yeah, maybe that's why I got irritated. I say American of Mexican descent, so people get hella mad at me. I could, yeah, do the rest of the stream in Mexican. In Mexican, bro. What the fuck you mean in Spanish? You must be white, Tua. Maybe not though. Maybe not. I'm just fucking with you. Yeah. So I mean, he didn't go full, like Canelo didn't go full in on Garcia. He did talk a little bit of shit, you know what I mean? But he didn't go full in on him. I guess he could have. Um, what the whole fuck? Oh yeah, what's up, Infinity? I'm having I can't connect with my laptop. It's a damn shame. This place has garbage internet, and the the my phone wasn't working for the hotspot either. I don't know why, but yeah. So we're here doing it like this. You know what I mean? Just doing what we can because I'm fucking bored anyway. This place sucks. Not that I mean to. Oh, okay, got you, Infinity. Sorry, I thought you just jumped in. That was the first one I see. Yelp review time, fam. Yeah, no shit. He is in Mississippi. Shit, it might be better in Mississippi. No, I'm still in Arizona, but just in a different city, and it's fucking trash. If they just always put us in some stupid ass hotels. I need to start just telling them to let me fucking book the hotels. I'll find them and book them. You know what I'm saying? Because like when we go out of town for service, I try to stay in a decent hotel. I'm not gonna try to get like some shit that's way overpriced, but I'm gonna find a place that's decent because I still gotta live after I get out of work, and I know that we can't live a lavish life when we're out of work, just because we're out of town and inconvenienced. But when you go to a place where there's like crackheads outside that are sitting around in their vehicle, Apache Junction, it damn well should be. The problem is this place. I'm in Prescott. Like this place actually has some really nice fucking areas, and I get stuck in this shithole. So it's like, come on, man. My monitor power supply just gave up. The ghost. Now my studio stinks. It makes me want to rage purchase. That sucks, Infinity. And you were just trying to get back and do some content, huh? Damn. Anyway, yeah. So I'm in Prescott, and there was like crazy floods and shit here earlier this week when we first got here. Luckily, I didn't get stuck in any of that shit, but fucking. Yeah, it just sucks, man. It just sucks because, like I said, this is probably one of the very first times I've ever not been able to do this full stream from my laptop and using everything I use because of the stupid internet and shit. So, but whatever. I'm going to quit bitching about that. Anyway, Tyson Fury's fighting tomorrow, and it's not even going to be televised. So that's fucking trash. Not even going to be televised. It's like some kind of warm-up fight bullshit. And I don't even know who his fucking opponent is at this point. I'm like, let me find. I have my visuals, so I will look at that. What is his name? Yo, what's up, Christian? How you doing? Thanks for jumping in, man. Appreciate it. I know shit's all weird over here, but Fury versus Wach, WACH. I don't even know who that is. But he's fighting him tomorrow. And yeah, who the fuck knows, man? And basically, it's a warm-up fight. Tyson Fury does this thing where he consistently retires. And then he just can't handle being retired. So he unretires. And then he expects to have Mariusz Wach. Yeah. So he unretires and then he prepping for AJ. Yeah. That's it, Tyler, for sure. So he tries to come back and then, he gets big matchups and then he doesn't do well, or he does. And then Fury getting KO'd, bro. Yeah. Against AJ, probably. I don't know. Maybe. But what if he gets KO'd by this guy who's supposed to be the fucking warm up fight? You know what I'm saying? Like that's absolute garbage. I can't believe that this is happening. So apparently they're using it. I don't know if you guys watched the Fury family fucking reality show. My wife, got me to watch it. Obviously, maybe been out of the boxing world. Fury is fighting AJ like Anthony Joshua. Yeah, he's going to. So they're basically both having warm up fights because Anthony Joshua is fighting this weekend as well, which is crazy. And he is fighting. Let me find it. So it's his comeback fight, and he's fighting Christian Pranga. Yeah. So he's fighting him. And it's like, I don't even know. Like, I mean, I don't know boxing well enough. Oh, he's fucking cooked. Yeah. I don't know boxing well enough to know if Pranga's even legit or not, but that's who Anthony Joshua's fighting, and then Tyson Fury's fighting too. So they're just having warm-up fights, trying to come back and get back so they can fight each other. So if that's what happens, fine. And but what if one of them loses? One of them gets hurt. You know what I mean? And that's why they don't do that a lot in MMA, because they're just gonna make the matchups to make them so that But that doesn't always happen either. We know how that goes too. But usually they'll make the matchups so that they can actually get the fight in before something bad happens. So, but unfortunately, that's what's happened. Pranga is 35, 21 fights, 20 wins by KO and 1 loss. Okay. That's actually, that's better. That's better than what Fury's fighting. I don't know who that fucking guy is. Yeah, Fury's fighting in Thailand. Yep. And so they're saying that it'll be recorded for the reality show. So that it's not getting televised anywhere. I'm sure we'll get highlights, especially if something crazy happens. Somebody's going to have a phone recording somewhere. So we'll see it, I'm sure. But Anthony Joshua seems to have a decent fight on his hands, and I'm scared to even try to look up too much shit because I'm worried that the internet's going to give out. But yeah, so that's weird. And then we also have Errol Spence coming back and fighting versus Tim Zhu. And then Jamal Charlo is fighting Cohen Matsududier. Fuck. Some names, man. And then we have UFC Abu Dhabi with some more crazy ass names. But anyway, yeah, that's tomorrow. Should be a good fight. I mean, I was going to say it's Saturday. So all that's happening in boxing. Obviously, I can't go too deep into that because, number one, I can't even do a bunch of research right now. And number two, I'm just not that big into boxing. But there is also a PFL card happening this weekend. Thad Jean versus Musayev. I don't even know. Hold on. Let me look and see if I can look this one up. Thad Jean versus Shamil Musayev. That's happening for the welterweight title in the PFL. I guess the title was vacated by somebody who apparently retired. I don't even know. I haven't kept up with PFL because PFL has just been non-existent, basically. I'm going to that event. I'm 30 minutes from DC. Got front row tickets. You might see me on TV. Oh, shit, that's dope. Hell yeah. Enjoy that, man. That's badass. Hopefully it's a good one for you too, because nothing sucks more than going to an event that you're all hyped about and then it turns out to be garbage. So let's hope that that's not what happens. But anyway, so yeah, those are the other events going on. It was only 150 per person. Okay. Where is that actually? Is that in like a MMA is MMA? So I do expect a few KOs. Yeah. Oh, you're going to the PFL one. Okay, okay, okay. For some reason, I thought you were talking about boxing. I heard there's only like 9 fights on that card, so you're not even getting, you know, you're not even getting a lot of fights, which I mean could be good. You know what I mean? Look at what happened with the White House card. There was only 7 fights, and they were all finishes, and it worked out well. So I guess you can't down too much on on fights that don't have a lot on the card. Yeah, but 150 to be front row is probably. Oh yeah, front row. Shit. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I hope it's a good one for you, man. I've never heard of anybody really talking too much about PFL events and how they are live or whatever. So I hope it works out good for you. That's awesome. You're gonna have to give us an update on Sunday. So Sunday I'll be back at home. I'll be able to stream like normal. Do the pod like normal. So just make sure you come back and I'll do the recap. So this whole week is fucking cooked, honestly. Um, because I fucked up and I forgot that the fights were gonna be on early at 9 a.m. for me. So unfortunately, I made an appointment for something that I have to do, and it's gonna be right when the damn main card starts. So I'm not gonna be able to. I would have made up for this, so I fucked up on that one. Wait, so you're not gonna stream Abu? Nope, nope, because I fucked up. You gonna be back in Yuma Sunday? No, 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 no. I don't live in Yuma. Um, but yeah. Yeah, I fucked up and I did that. So no, I'm not going to be live for the Abu Dhabi card. I would have loved to have done that, you know, been able to do that, and that would have been cool. But I got some stuff I got to take care of, so it's all good. Check on Zuffa Boxing. It. Check out Zuffa. Oh, is that? Oh shit, that is this weekend. I forgot all about that. Shit. Yeah, I'll have to. It'll probably be on when I'm doing the recap. Here's a good thing. Next weekend at 10 o'clock, and I think it's the Serbia card. So that's going to be on at 10 a.m. for me. So I'll make sure that I can go live for that one. And we'll do a watch party, a solo watch party for that. And thanks, Xavier. Yeah, so hopefully I'll go live for that. That's Euros Medic versus D-Rod. Daniel Rodriguez coming back out of being in a Mexican prison, coming back to for his first fight in the UFC. Jan Blachowicz versus Navajo Sterling. That should be pretty good. Alexander Rakic versus Marcin Tybura. Dusko Todorovic versus Robert Valentine. All right, there's some decent fights on that card. Back-to-back early cards. FML, I work Saturday and get off at 1 p.m. Yeah, that sucks, man. Yeah, and I really wanted to go live this week, both weekends actually, and I just fucked up and I forgot. So, but what I got to do, I got to take care of. It's been a while and waiting for me, so I got to do it. And if I wouldn't have done it this weekend, I would have had to do it next weekend, regardless. So, yeah, it is what it is. But like I said, we'll do the recaps on Sunday. You know, this chair's fucking shitty. Everything's shitty here. Okay. UFC Abu Dhabi. We're half hour in. At least we're going and it's holding steady. So we might as well get into the card. And I'm all out of sorts because of the fact that I just don't have everything like I normally do. So let me get to my notes here so I can at least use that. And did I? Nope, got it. Okay. Where are we at? Abu Bakar Vagayev versus Saigid is Gakhmayev. Holy fuck. Maybe it's good. You're gonna be back in Lake Havasu City. Are you trying to figure out you trying to figure out where I live? Shit, Havasu is nice though. I never have internet problems over there. But yeah, so it's good I'm not streaming on Saturday because these fucking names are difficult to say. Vagayev versus I don't even know if I want to try to say that guy's name again. So we'll just say Sagid. But let me open. I know I have my visuals that I can actually look at least for some of my info. And then I don't have to use internet. And okay. So Vagayev is 24-4. He's making his UFC debut. 4-3 by KO TKO and 1-0 by sub. He's 19-1 by decision. A lot of fucking decision fights for him. He's on a 3-fight win streak coming into the UFC, making his debut versus Sagid Izagakma. Fuck it. That's a tough one. 22-3. He's 0-1 in the UFC. 4-0 by KO TKO. 12-1 by sub. 6-2 by decision. He is coming off a loss. So, you know, there's a lot of these kind of fights on this card, unfortunately. And, you know, I feel like it has, you can, I'm not used to seeing them pop up in front of my face like that. So, caught my attention, but you're going to see a lot of weird matchups in this card because it is Abu Dhabi and they don't have like a ton of guys out there that haven't fought recently. So it's going to be one of those cards where you might not know a lot of the fighters on the card. So it's going to be a kind of a tough one. You know, the main event was supposed to be Khalil Roundtree versus Ankalaev. That would have been a whole lot better of a main event. So it would have given you something to kind of look forward to. And instead we got Bogdan Guskov. So it might be kind of a wash. But Sagid is coming off a loss to. This is tough when I only have two screens. I know that sounds bad. Oh, he lost to Nicholas Dalby. But yeah, so we got a guy making his UFC debut, and against Sagid is a I can't say his last name. And it was a close split decision loss to Nicholas Dalby in Sagid's UFC debut. So he was on a 5-fight winning streak coming in to the UFC, and it got snapped by that. Yo, what's up, Rain? Welcome in. Appreciate you. So let's see. This is a short notice replacement, which is why Vagayev is making his UFC debut. He seems to be a decent all-around fighter. Got good boxing and really good damaging leg kicks that he throws a lot. So he likes to, you know, kind of grind out his opponents over 3 rounds. That's why he's got 19 wins by decision. While Sagid is usually, you know, more aggressive finisher type. You know, he's 4-0 by KO TKO. He's got those 12 submissions. Vagayev only has 1 submission win, and he's never been subbed. But when you're coming up against a guy with double-digit subs like that and is always looking for a finish, he's going to try to, you know, knock you down and get you to the ground and try to get that submission on you. So maybe we get a decent fight out of this first fight on the main card. Or, you know, who knows? It could be, who knows when you got a guy who's only got 1 fight in the UFC and then another guy who's making his debut. And that's kind of what a lot of this fight card is going to be like. So don't be surprised or be surprised by how good the fights might be. Because a lot of times you get these guys that come in here with the, you know, making their UFC debut and they come out hungry and ready to go. So sometimes that's when you get the best fights. So it'd be good if that's what winds up happening. But next up, we got Rizvan Kunaev versus Tyrell Fortune. Fortune making his second fight in the UFC. He won his first one. He's 11-1 by KO TKO, 1-1 by submission, and 5-1 by decision, coming off that win. So he's fighting Rizvan Kunaev, who is also coming off a win. He's never been stopped. He's 6-0 by KO TKO, 3-0 by sub, and 4-3 by decision. 1-1 in the UFC, 14-3 overall. So when it comes down to it, you know, Kunaev kind of has a little bit of everything going for him. Never been stopped in a fight. Tyrell Fortune has 11 KO TKO wins. That's pretty impressive. So that's something to look out for with that one. As far as the matchup goes, you know, Kunaev was pretty kind of he's one of those guys. He fought in Bellator. Oh, I'm sorry. He's fighting Tyrell Fortune, who fought in Bellator. Heavyweight fight. Uh, both of them don't have a lot of fights in the UFC, so they're both trying to make their way, climbing their way up, and seeing what they can do to get in the UFC. Be right back. So listening to okay, no problem, Infinity. But yeah, they're making their way. Kunaev is, let's see, who has he fought so far in the UFC? He has one win in his last fight against Jalton Almeida by decision, and then he lost a split decision to Curtis Blades. So he's already had some decent opponents in the UFC. Tyrell Fortune only has the one win in the UFC, and that was a unanimous decision win over Marcin Tybura. But he's coming in off a pretty good win streak where he won a title in the last two organizations he was in. So I know that there was a lot of hype around Fortune for a little bit. We'll see what he has to give. Magomed Ankalaev needs to be careful when throwing against Danny. What's up, Junior? How you doing? Decision probably, yeah. Yeah, I feel like we might get a lot of decisions out of this card. It'd be real nice if we didn't, but both these guys have grappling backgrounds, so if they lean on that, that's going to make it a little bit difficult to have a really exciting fight, especially in the heavyweight division. So that's going to be tough. And then with Kunaev not having been finished before, we'll see if Fortune can get that done. But his only fight in the UFC has been a decision. So not too sure how much we can really count on for this fight. But, Kunaev's going to try to take over with pressure and control. And Fortune's going to try to land a big shot. And if not, try to lean on some of that grappling he has. But in the heavyweight division, that means they might get tired quickly. So we'll see what kind of a matchup we get out of this fight. And if it's any, if it's going to be some action or not. So next up, Magomed Zainukov versus Damian Rizbecki. Zepecki? Maybe it's just Zepecki. But yeah, this is John Pork. I know he doesn't like being called that, but I was just listening to something about that, which was kind of funny. But yeah, Chanko, I think that's what his actual nickname is, but everybody calls him John Pork and he hates it. He's undefeated though, 8-0 coming into the UFC, making his UFC debut finally, even though he's been a part of like different things that have happened in the UFC, as far as like press conference wise and stuff like that. And he tried to tell everybody that it's not John Pork, it's Chanko, but that kind of made it worse for him. So he's 5-0 by KO TKO, 3-0 by decision, and no wins or losses in the submission column. Being undefeated, obviously, coming in, with 8 wins. And he's making his debut against another guy making his debut, Damian Zepecki, 10-0, 4-0 by KO TKO, 5-0 by sub, and 1-0 by decision. Obviously on that 10-fight win streak because he's undefeated. So John Pork makes his long-awaited UFC debut with the 8-0 record, and he's going to be coming in. There's a lot of hype around him. I think he's a really big favorite, if I remember correctly. Let me take a look at that. Minus 335, so not that big. Plus 270 for Zepecki. I think that's how you say that. And Zepecki is coming in from MMA Federation. What the fuck? I don't even. What is that? He was a title. He had a title in that organization. A lot of TKO wins, some subs mixed in there, and a decision here and there as well. But he's definitely from what I understand, he's definitely a dangerous striker. John Pork, as we know, fights out of the camp with like Khabib, Islam, Usman Magomedov, all them. So, he's got a reputation to uphold coming out of that camp. He's definitely going to have to, prove himself coming into the UFC, especially with all the hype around him and all that. But how will he do against, kind of a high level aggressive Muay Thai striker? And he's got pretty good wrestling to back all that up as well. So yeah, this could be an exciting one. This might be one of your fights of the night, or definitely a performance bonus coming out of one of these. Yo, what's up, Antoine? Thanks for jumping in, man. I'm glad you found it, considering all the problems. I didn't want to cancel that other stream because I wrote the note in there saying that I wasn't able to go live for that one. So, but we're here. We're doing it. And Zepecki, if he can defend the grappling of John Pork, but if who knows, because he might come in swinging. He's 5-0 by KO TKO too, so he doesn't have any wins by sub and 3 by decision. So at least he's got more wins with a finish than he does by decision. So it's always a toss up as to what you might see coming out of these guys, especially when they're both making their debut. They could either come out super hungry, ready to go, and we get a crazy, exciting fight. Best to say fight doesn't go to the distance. I would say probably not. I think especially with how aggressive Zepecki is, I would say that he's probably going to force something from John Pork if he doesn't come out super aggressive on his own. If he tries to feel it out or grapple it out, and Zepecki can defend, I would say we're definitely going to get a finish of some sort. Thought on retiring on top is a skill itself. Oh, it definitely is. I mean, because you definitely have to be strong-willed enough to stay away. You know what I mean? You can't be like Tyson Fury, who's retiring every other fucking week and then trying to make fights happen and make a bunch of money because he just can't sit idle. Which I understand, because when you're used to training all the time and you're used to a certain way of life, which you have to be used to a certain way of life when you're a fighter, a professional fighter, for a prize fighter, it's your life. And if you're dedicated and you're full time doing that, I mean, look what happened to Dustin Poirier. He said himself that he was a danger to himself, if he didn't have something going on. We've heard that from Volkanovski as well. We've heard that from a lot of people. So these guys make a living from fighting, and then when it's over, it's over. So it's tough. It's tough for them, and trying to retire on top is knowing that you can still beat people out there like Poirier. Think about Poirier. Some of the biggest fights happening. He beat Conor twice. He had fights against Max and Justin, all the guys that are still fighting right now. So those are people that really need to seek out the help. What the fuck is happening? Somebody's talking stupid loud. Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to do something here. The bad part is my window is like right there, and somebody was smoking weed last night. Man, that shit was strong. I mean, I might as well have been smoking it in my room, because my room filled. Don't get me wrong, I like the smell of weed or whatever. I've had my fair share, but
Smoke weed every day.
but damn, when you're in a hotel room, yeah, it's like you're not wanting a bunch of weed smoke, secondhand weed smoke coming in. I can hear that from here. Yeah, I was playing some. I turned my volume up on my laptop since I can't do anything on my damn laptop. So, yeah, shit, ATL will give you a contact when you land. I bet. How was it out there, Infinity? I hope it went well. But anyway, back to this. John Pork, highly anticipated debut coming in against Zepecki, who is, a dangerous striker, but pretty well rounded all around. So we could get a really good fight out of this one. Hopefully we do. Next up, Who is the next damn fight? Let me go back. Did you mean Outcast? Let's see. What is the next fight? Dulatov versus Turman? Yeah, Islam Dulatov versus Wellington Turman. Let me find that. I hate when I can't have everything. This is I rely so much on my went very well. We'll catch up offline. Oh yeah, for sure, Infinity. I just want to know if it went good for you, man. Hopefully it did. Well, you're saying it did. That I'm glad it did. Is what I meant to say. I actually have seen them out there back in the day in a pink caddy. Hell yeah, that's badass. What was I saying? Oh, I rely so much on my damn Stream Deck to do everything for me. So when I don't have it, I'm like, damn, I'm lost. I should have just gone through stuff in the in OBS like I would normally, but heavy favorite, 89% chance to win. Wellington hasn't won in 4 years. Yeah, he's on a 3-fight losing streak. And Dulatov he's dangerous, man. This motherfucker looks like a goddamn model or some shit. But he's dangerous as well. 12-1, 1-0 in the UFC, 7-0 by KO TKO, 5-0 by sub, and his only loss is by decision. So, damn automation. Yeah, no, man. It's like I rely too heavily on it, I think. But that's what it's for. And yeah, my problem is like I said earlier, I haven't had this many problems. When I've come out of town, I've been able to always make it work somehow. Even if I have some hiccups in between, like usually I can make it work. And instead, this time, I haven't been able to. It works for you better than me. Yeah. I don't know, man. You make shit work. But yeah, what was I saying? Okay, anyway, Dulatov versus Turman. Turman is 18-8 overall, 3-6 in the UFC. 4-2 by KO TKO, 8-1 by sub, 6-5 by decision. Yeah, dude, that sucks, man. At least didn't start a fire. That could have been bad. But yeah, Turman's on a 3-fight losing streak. Do you think Weili Zhang fights again? I think so, man. I don't think that somebody who she's not the Ronda Rousey type. You know what I'm saying? Like she left on top from her division. She left on top. She moved up weight class. It turned out not to be for her. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's no word yet as to whether she's going to come back and fight in the same weight class or if she's going to stay in the weight class above. But I think that she's definitely going to come back and fight. I assume, Johnny, you're talking about the fact that she had those pictures that were up with her in like full on makeup and in a blonde wig, looking like a whole different person. So I keep hearing stuff about that. I did see the first picture, using a stupid USB monitor. Can't see with my old dad. Shit. But yeah, Weili. God damn, this loud ass motherfucker over here needs to shut the fuck up. That shit is distracting as all hell. Looks like she getting ready modeling and acting. Dude, yeah, she looked like a whole different fucking person, man. I was like, who the fuck is this? Yo, happy I get smoke and chill with y'all before my overnight shift. Oh, damn, working overnight, huh? Crazy. Right on, Antoine. Appreciate you for being here, man. I did play it already once, but I'll play it for you specifically now.
Smoke weed every day.
There you go. You're on the road right now, Biggie? Yeah. That's why I'm streaming like this right now, because the internet is garbage and my fucking hotspot wouldn't even work because my service isn't even that bad. Bruh, she was looking real good. She actually was looking pretty good, considering I don't really consider her a great looking, one of the better looking fighters. She's not like ugly or anything. She just, she has the like short hair. She always, she just looks like a machine. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, to see her all dolled up with fucking a bunch of makeup and her hair all done up and different and blonde, shit was crazy. I would take her on a date to Panda Express. Goddamn, Johnny. That's hilarious. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with her, man. But I heard that she was doing some kind of I gotta stop shaking, man. I'm all shaking my legs and shit because it's driving me crazy. All this shit. I was stop fighting. You don't got to do this no more.
Bruh.
Xavier, that shit's funny. Oh man, yeah. I think she was either doing like a commercial or a movie or some shit. I don't know, but she was all dolled up, and I just never thought I'd see her like that. So that was pretty nuts. Um, but anyway, back to this Islam Dulatov versus Wellington Turman. I think this one was a crazy swing for the odds. Dulatov is minus 750, while Turman is plus 500, which is fucking nuts. But with Thurman being on a 3-fight losing streak and Dulatov being 12-1 overall, I don't even know why they made this fucking matchup. But Turman lost to Jared Gordon by submission, Randy Brown by decision, and Andre Petrosky by decision. He hasn't won since 2022, where he got a bonus. Oh shit! I just clicked off of it. He got a bonus against, who was it? Misha Serkinov. With the submission win in the second round. Before that, he beat Sam Alvey. That's how long it's been since he's won. He fought Sam Alvey. You think the UFC will ever stop having matchups like this? No. They always got to make matchups of some sort. So they try to, especially when they're overseas, they try to attend to the local crowd a little more. And being that it's a fight night too, they're always going to this is where they put these kind of fights. So I just realized you can see the top of my backdrop where it's clipped on. I didn't even notice that until just now. But yeah, so they're always gonna have matchups like this, man. It is what it is. They got to fill the card somehow. They gotta give these guys fights too. So when it comes time, it's what they got to do. So, but yeah, this one seems like it's gonna be a lopsided, win for Dulatov unless Turman comes out and finds an opening and is able to, you know, uh, thanks, Antoine. I was laughing at that for a few. Reminds me of when I was handicapped, still used the same clamps. Yeah. um, ugh. Got to get the nicotine out. It's gone away. Now it just tastes like shit. But yeah, because like you guys never see that. You just see the backdrop. But with my phone, it's like such a different aspect ratio, I guess, or fucking angle, whatever. And I tried to turn the phone sideways. It didn't work. But anyway, so yeah, unless Turman can come up with some kind of way to find an opening and get a win over Dulatov, he is 0-1 by decision. So if he can survive all the way through, Antoine, I didn't do the smelling salts because I left them in my bag and I don't want to go get up and go get them. With my luck, I come back and shit's all fucked up. I was too worried about getting the stream going and I totally forgot to grab them out of my bag. I probably need them at this point, but yeah, it's all good. So Dulatov versus Turman, lopsided odds there, but we'll see what kind of fight we get out of it. So co-main event is Steve Urseg versus Ramazan Tamirov. And yeah, this one, Urseg, he was on top for a little while, man. He fought for the title against Pantoja, didn't do well. Didn't end well for him. He did pretty good in the fight. He made a mistake in the 5th round that probably cost him the fight. And I think that there was a possibility he could have, he could have came out with a win on that one, but he made that mistake and it just cost him. And then he just fell off. After that, he got a couple losses and stuff, but now he's on a 2-fight win streak. He's 14-4 overall, 5-3 in the UFC, 2-1 by KO TKO, 6-0 by sub, 6-3 by decision. But Tamirov, 2-0 in the UFC, 19-2 overall. He's 11-0 by KO TKO, which makes him dangerous on the feet. 1-1 by sub, 7-1 by decision. He's talking to Antoine. I was like, what the hell are you saying, Infinity? I didn't even see that. Help me on this. Ursay decision or KO Tamirov. Oh my god, dude. I was about to get to that. Like, obviously, strength of schedule wise, Steve Ursay has definitely had the stronger strength of schedule. Tamirov is, he's only 2-0 in the UFC. But let's take a look at his opponents. He is Charles Johnson by decision, CJ Vergara by TKO in the first round with a performance bonus. Before that, he was in Ryzen and he was getting first round TKOs in all of his fights. But Steve Ursay, man, he's one of those guys that he's a somewhat of an unorthodox fighter. He kind of has a weird style, and I think it's awkward for people, so it makes it difficult for them. He just beat Tim Elliott by decision. He beat Ode Osborne by decision. So here's the thing: he gets a lot of wins by decision. He has a lot of submission wins as well. But he got TKO'd by Kai Kara France, who's a heavy hitter, and that's what scares me here with Tamirov, because Tamirov has the hands to do it. You know what I mean? You got 9+ watching from a cell phone in a hotel with Snoop downstairs. That should tell you how good this is. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Fucking Snoop downstairs. That's hilarious. There's definitely some ghetto ass shit out here. I'll tell you that. Thanks, Infinity. I appreciate that. I'm just glad you guys showed up, man. It's awesome. Especially with all the problems and shit and me just complaining for a while. But it's still fun to talk about the fights. But yeah, Ursay got KO'd by Kai Kara France. Now, I mean, maybe I would say Kai Kara France is definitely the way Ursay could lose first again and build up second and third, if not finished. Yeah, because I mean, Ursay does get hit, and that's the problem. It's ghetto in Bisbee. No, I'm in Prescott right now. It's definitely not. There's ghetto areas of this place, but I mean, I wouldn't call this place ghetto overall. It's just a weird fucking Steve definitely losing, Christian says. Damn. Oh, fuck. I don't know, man. I want to give him more credit than that, but he just had the problem. After he lost to Pantoja, he lost to Kai Kara France by TKO and then lost to Brandon Moreno by decision. And then his fights coming back were over Ode Osborne and Tim Elliott. Ode's one of those guys. Ode's one of those guys that kind of, oh shit, I almost knocked over. Ode's one of those guys that he isn't super consistent. I would say he's a tough opponent, but it's not super high level with Ode. He's just one of those like mid-level guys that can give you problems. When it comes to Tim Elliott, he's a bit older, and he's a bit older and one of those guys that's near the end of, the end of his career probably. So that's going to make it tough to say that, those two wins are good enough to get a win over Tamirov. But yeah, Tamirov has KO power. That's exactly right, Christian. And Ursay, we've seen him get hit, and we've seen him get hit a lot. So that's the problem. So yeah, it's tough, man. Rain, I think it was Rain that asked, right? Tim going to fight until he's 45? Probably. Yeah, Rain said, help me on this one, Ursay decision or KO Tamirov. I'm leaning more towards probably KO by Tamirov, to be honest with you. But Ursay's a dog too, man. He is the slight favorite at -130. So you could, I mean, it's only +110 for Tamirov as far as according to Tapology. So, I mean, you could maybe make a little money with that Tamirov one and not lose too much if you don't go crazy with the bet. But I don't know. I feel like Ursay's a dog. But if he gets hit super hard by Tamirov, like we know Tamirov can do, judging by those 11-0 record and by KO TKO, and then with Ursay kind of getting a lot of his wins by decision lately, Tamirov also has 7 wins by decision, which is more than Ursay too. So yeah, man, it's not looking good for Ursay on this one. But is he hungry enough to try to continue to make his climb back up to contention and get another title shot at some point? Maybe so. Maybe so. If he's hungry enough for that and is being a vet in the UFC at this point, well, maybe not a vet. I mean, he's got 8 fights. That's veteran enough, over a guy with 2 fights in the UFC. Exactly, that's the problem. Usyk does not do well with pressure. Tamirov is going to bulldoze him. Yeah, and that's the sad truth, to be honest with you. So if you want to bet on that, it might be a good bet actually, because Tamirov's tough and Usyk gets hit. So, and if Usyk wants to drag it to deep waters and try to get a decision win, Tamirov's been there too. So he's got 7 wins and only 1 loss by decision. And he's only got 2 losses overall. Usyk's only got 4, but 3 of those are by decision. And 1's by KO TKO. That's a tough one that's a tough. I feel like it's going to be one of those, can't wait to see it, to see what actually happens. Like, regardless of the outcome or, how exciting it's going to be, like, this is one of those that you start thinking about each side of this fight and you're just like, okay, I can't wait to see how this is going to go and if it's going to be good. So, yeah, man, put your money where you will, but Tamirov by KO, it's not a bad shout, to be honest with you. So, but Usyk's tough and he's got experience. Appreciate you, Antoine. Tamirov is plus 230 by TKO KO. Oh, hell yeah. There you go. That's a good bet right there. According to Tabology, he's at plus 130 money line. So, yeah, with the KO for the prop, shit, that's a good bet. That's a good bet. So, that's your co-main event. So, that brings us over to the main event, and that is Magomed Ankalaev went down, bro? Uh-oh. Is the stream lagging? Oh, I got you. Tamirov is now the favorite. Oh, shit. Okay. Fucking figures. I thought you said went down as in the money line. Got you. Yeah, and this is Tapology too. You know what I mean? That's how... Listen, I'm all over the place, but that's how fucking paranoid I am about doing this right now on the phone, is because he said went down, bro, and I thought he was talking about the stream. But yeah, Tapology, I don't know how accurate it is. I just look at the, because most of the time they're pretty, accurate as far as who's going to be the favorite and who, but it's not up to date like all the regular betting sites and betting lines and shit. So, and trying to look all that up right now, it's not gonna work. I think they post initial book offering. Okay, makes sense. Not live, yeah. Yeah, and I think I've seen them change, but they don't change. Yeah, they definitely don't change on the fly like the betting lines, the books do and stuff. So anyway, for your main event, you got Magomed Ankalaev versus Bogdan Guskov. And with this one, it was supposed to be Khalil Roundtree. So you don't cook your Wi-Fi. Appreciate it. Ankalaev versus Guskov. I mean, when it comes down to it, this was supposed to be a way better fight. And it was supposed to be Khalil Roundtree, but he got injured. So that's a damn shame. So Guskov steps in. I mean, he's 18-3 overall, while Magomed Ankalaev's 21-2. So not that much of a difference there, but UFC record, Magomed is 12-2, and Guskov is 4-1. 11-1 by KO TKO for Ankalaev, 15-1 for Guskov. So, yeah, we might see some early... is Gusto's black? No. No, he's not. Holy shit. I think Ankalaev is pissed from last fight with Pineda. I see Ank by TKO KO. God, what the fuck? Holy shit. Guskov is from Uzbekistan. Yeah, damn. Two is on fire. War boy from Mad Max Guskov. Hey, they're calling him Hitman. Like Anthony Smith. Oh, I got you. The Anthony Smith thing. Yeah. You're right, Tua. What if he is black, bro? You know how Tom Smith is. What the fuck? Oh man. Okay, that was a typo. I get it. Time to check my wings. Okay. Is Guskov black the same way Anthony Smith is black? Oh man, I don't know, but he is definitely an Anthony Smith look-alike. But his nickname is Hitman because he kind of does look like the Hitman, and he's dressed up like it before, which is kind of cool. But yeah, he's on a 4-fight win streak while Ankalaev's coming off the loss where he lost his title. Nothing wrong if he is, but if you were here earlier, Tua also thinks we speak Mexican. Oh shit. It's gonna be bad. Oh my god. Oh, I think I need to get that Dustin Poirier drop. Oh man. Okay. Guskov is 3-1 by sub, 0-1 by decision. But Ankalaev is 10-0 by decision. This motherfucker goes to decision way too much. Before the conquistadors, what did the indigenous people speak before Spanish? I have no fucking clue. I have no clue. History is definitely not my thing. Anyway, both these guys had a draw to Jan Blachowicz, which is crazy. As we know, Ankalaev and Blachowicz had that horrible fight that came to a draw, and then Guskov went to a draw with him in his last fight. So they were supposed to fight again back in May of this year, but it got canceled. So now he's fighting Ankalaev. Nikita Krylov, it was his last win. And he beat him by first round TKO. And then he beat Billy Alicana by submission in the second round. Ryan Spann by TKO and Zach Pauga by TKO. He got performance of the night bonuses on both of those too. So that's his 4-fight win streak, with his last fight being a draw to Jan Blachowicz. So, you know, he's got some decent opponents in there. About the main, definitely do under 2.5 rounds. Yeah, that makes sense. I do think Ankalaev's going to come out with a fire under his ass, ready to go, and trying to make up for losing his title to Pereira. So, especially with the way that fight went. And Guskov is coming in late notice, you know, subbing in for Khalil Roundtree. And with Ankalaev having, you know, gotten ready for Khalil, and then now Guskov comes in, you know, definitely a different type of fighter, but still pressure forward, you know, big strikes in the light heavyweight division. Ankh minus 200 KO or Ankh decision plus 400. Guskov plus 550 KO. Holy shit. Guskov is 550. Damn. You can make some damn money on that. But, fuck. I don't know, man. I don't see Ankalaev losing to Guskov. I really don't. But if he gets caught, you know what I mean? If he gets caught, shit, we could see it happen. But Ankalaev usually fights smarter than that. If Guskov is gonna KO Ankh, it would be in the first round or two. Yeah, 100%. Because if not, Ankalaev's gonna fucking wear him out with some, you know, threatening with the wrestling and grappling. I know he doesn't wrestle and grapple all that much, but I think he still has the capabilities of doing it. So do the win by TKO and round combo. Yeah, not a bad shout there. But yeah, hopefully it's just an exciting fight. I mean, if we get a finish in the first or second round, definitely going to make for a good, sorry, that might have been loud. Definitely going to make for a good main event. And that'll put a nice cherry on top for that event. But we'll see, man, because both these guys can be dangerous. Guskov first, 16-1. For first round finishes. Is that what you're saying, Ray? Shit, that's Guskov second, 25-1. Oh, 25 to, oh, you're talking about odds. Never mind. Guskov gonna win by KO TKO round 1 or 2 is plus 1400. Whoo. Damn, do I got a fucking bet? I don't know, man. I don't have a lot of faith in Guskov getting that over Ankh. I really don't. Because I think Ankalaev has definitely had, I think Ankalaev has definitely had the type of opponent and competition that Man, these motherfuckers don't know how to shut the fuck up. Um, I don't either, but damn, good value, no doubt, no doubt. And if he pulls it off, holy shit! If you don't sprinkle something on that, if you're gonna be betting anyway, shit. I mean, it might be worth, tossing up a few bucks and seeing what you get. Um, what was I gonna? I was just looking at something. Damn, Ankalaev was on a 14 fight win streak until he lost to Pereira. Whew. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think Ankalaev, his fight IQ is better than Guskov's for sure. But Guskov just has that power. This is a toss up too, man. I think that's what makes it interesting, though. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to it, if you're gonna be betting shit, it might be worth putting a little bit on that Guskov. Plus 1400. Hell yeah. Uh, but yeah, we'll see if Ankalaev can bounce back after losing his title, because I'm sure he's pretty salty about that one. I have one fave parlay: Ank, Tushalov, Dulatov, Hussein, Sam plus 130. Okay. Yeah, that does bring us to the prelims. Cody Gibson versus what the fuck is this dude's name? Something Hussein. Hold on. I forgot his first name. I should know it. Abdul Hussein making his UFC debut, I believe. Yep. Versus Cody Gibson, who's 3-7 in the UFC, 21-12 overall. This is happening in the bantamweight division. Let me get my notes. Okay. So yeah, Cody Gibson's been around for a while, but he doesn't have the best record. Obviously, 22-12 overall, but 3-7 in the UFC. That's tough. Hussein has some hype around him. He's aggressive and he puts on pressure, and he's pretty well rounded with the grappling. So, I mean, if Hussein kind of lives up to the expectations, it'll be a great win for him against somebody like Cody Gibson for his UFC debut. If Gibson drags him into deep waters, his experience and style might be able to, get the, sneak out with the decision win, but we'll see. Gibson is very inconsistent, and he he drops a lot of fights. So yeah, that might be tough. Next up, Nurullo Aliyev versus Mike Davis. And Aliyev, I've seen really good fighters start losing after... Oh, shit, hold on, I lost it. Start losing after one big loss. Ex-Onk. Okay. Oh, you're talking because he lost his title and shit? Yeah, that's the thing. I always say that too. I think that's what you're saying, Christian, right? When they lose the title, it's like, how do they bounce back, And that's the thing a lot of times they like, look at Steve Erceg. He lost the title fight that he almost won, and then he went on a fucking 3-fight losing streak. So sometimes if that loss gets to him too badly, they just can't bounce back for a minute, and sometimes they never bounce back the way that they were before, that big loss. And since he actually lost the title, that might be a good bet for Guskov, and that might be a good sign for him to be able to take advantage of that late notice fight. So, you know what I fucking miss right now? I miss my background music, because I have a fan on, because I had to turn off the AC because the AC is so fucking loud. But I still hear the fan a little bit, and it's kind of annoying. And then I hear people talking in the background. And if I had music, it would be a whole lot better. But I can't play the music. So, yeah, that sucks. Anyway, back to the prelims. Aliyev is undefeated. Let's see, what were we at? Undefeated, 11-0. Mike Davis is 12-3. He's 5-2 in the UFC. Aliyev, I think it is 3-0 in the UFC. Let's take a look at who his wins were over. He's got Shamrock, by decision, Joe Selecki by decision, and Rafael Alves by decision. All decision wins so far. So, yeah. In the Contender Series, he got a TKO win in the first round, but it's been all decisions since he's gotten into the UFC. But he's still undefeated at 11-0. So Mike Davis is coming in at 5-2 in the UFC, coming off a win over Mitch Ramirez by TKO in the second round. So, yeah, we'll see what kind of fight that gives us. Aliev is hold on. He's one of those guys. He likes to take advantage of or he likes to take the fight where he wants it to go. But if Mike Davis, lets it get to that, then it's going to be tough for him. But otherwise, if he can combat that and kind of, throw off the pace of Aliev, that might help him. And he's somewhat of a dangerous striker, and he's got some underrated grappling. So if Aliev's wrestling neutralizes him, then it's going to be tough for him to get a win. Otherwise, maybe he can get a finish somewhere in there if he can find an opening and stay away from getting wrestle fucked, basically. So next up, we have Magomed Ankalaev versus Brenton Ribeiro. Man, Ankalaev is 6-0, Ribeiro 17-10, which, yeah, that's kind of a crazy difference there. Ribeiro, he's always kind of looking for a finish, but that leaves him open, and he gets finished himself instead a lot of times. Ankalaev is making his UFC debut, so he's he's trying to come in and get a big win, and Ribeiro might be the guy that he's able to do that with, because he's got decent power, but Ribeiro's dangerous on the ground, so it's one of those type of fights. Ribeiro is let's see, where's he at? 2-5 in the UFC. He's on a 3-fight losing streak. He got TKO'd by Azamat Murzakanov, TKO'd by Omar Sy, and then submitted by Abdul Rakhemyakayev. So, yeah, and those were all in the first round. Ankalaev has a good opportunity here to get a first-round finish against Brenton Ribeiro and probably get him cut from the UFC if he does win. So, because that would be his fourth loss in a row. I'm surprised he's getting this chance right now. But Ankalaev is making his UFC debut. He's got 3 TKO wins in a row. 2 in the second round, 1 in the first coming into the UFC. Before that, he had a sub and then a bunch of other TKOs. So this could be a fast and furious first round. And if Ankalaev can catch Ribeiro before Ribeiro tries to get him to the ground and, use some of that grappling on him and submit him or do something of that sort, then Ankalaev could probably get a nice big win and continue on his undefeated streak, because he's 6-0. Making his UFC debut, get that first win, that would be good for him. Next up, we got Ismael Bonfim versus Axel Sola. This could be a good fight, actually. Bonfim 20-6, 2-3 in the UFC. Sola 1-1 in the UFC, 11-1 overall. No longer undefeated after getting one of his fights in the UFC was a loss. Let's see. Come on. Okay. Now my computer's not working with me. Bonfim's on a 2-fight losing streak. He lost by TKO to Nazim Sadikov and then by TKO to Chris Padilla. So, shit, he's on a 2-fight losing streak. He's definitely looking to come back and get a win and get out of that losing streak that he's on right now. Sola is coming off of a loss as well to Mason Jones, but he got a win over Reese McKee by TKO in his first fight in the UFC. So he did get fight of the night bonus in that last fight, even though he lost. So, we got 2 guys who can definitely give us a show in the prelims, and this might be one of the good exciting fights that we get out of the prelims if they both come to fight, for sure. So Bonfim's going to be fighting to get back in the win column, and Sola's going to be fighting to also get back in the win column, but get a big win over somebody like Bonfim would be good for him. So next up, we have Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Sam Patterson. And Ponzinibbio's 30-9, 31-9. Damn. 14-3 for Sam Patterson. Ponzinibbio, so many fucking fights. Holy shit. He's 12-8 in the UFC. He's coming off a loss to D-Rod by TKO back in May of last year. He hasn't fought since then. He's been on a like win-loss type streak. A lot of losses though. A little further down as well. Sam Patterson coming in. I think he's coming out that lost to MVP, right? Yep, lost to MVP by decision. Before that, he was on a decent win streak of 1, 2, 3, 4 wins. 2 by sub, 2 by TKO. All in the first round as well. So we'll see if he can get back to his winning ways in the first round and getting finishes after the decision loss to Michael Venom Page. Ponzinibbio, lots of losses already. You never know what you're going to get out of him. So Sam Patterson has a decent chance to get a big win here against the vet. Next up, we got Dustin Jacoby versus Mohamed Saeed. And Jacoby is 22-9 overall, 10-6 in the UFC. Saeed is coming in, making his UFC debut at 9-0. Jacoby is coming off of 3-fight win streak. Vitor Petrino with a performance of the night bonus. Bruno Lopez, TKO win. And Julius Walker, TKO win. So Jacoby's got 3 wins in a row, all by TKO. Saeed coming in at also with a TKO win. He was fighting in the UAE Warriors before. I played Jacoby KO Walker sub. What is this? Hold on. Where'd it go? Jacoby KO Walker sub 6-1. The streaks continue. Damn. All right. 3 straight KOs. Yeah, that's probably a good bet. But you never know with these guys that are coming in undefeated. You know, they're hungry to keep that undefeated record. And Mohamed Saeed coming in from UAE Warriors is definitely going to be hungry to get a win. But Jacoby's on a good win streak right now, so we'll see if he can keep that going. And last but not least, we have Walter Walker versus Thomas Peterson. And I think we know what's going to happen here. Walter Walker's definitely going to be going for that heel hook and probably going to get it again against somebody like Peterson. So 4-1 for Walker. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 wins in a row, all in the first round and all by heel hook. So, yeah, and he's got bonuses in 2 out of those 4, which were the last 2 fights. Walker should get a black belt after his next submission win. I think he's already a black belt. Is he not? I mean, I think he is. But, yeah, I think that's what we're going to get out of this one. I don't see Thomas Peterson really being able to defend that. 5 incoming streaks continue. Yup. Let's see. Peterson is coming in at 3-3 in the UFC. He's coming off a win over Guilherme Pat. And he lost to Vita. He's on a win-loss streak. That's pretty much what it's been for him for a while now. So, yeah, he's due for a loss. And I think Walter Walker is going to extend that heel hook streak and that first-round finish streak that he's got going in the UFC. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what he does. But if he gets another one, that's 5 in a row, which is insane for heel hooks. But yeah, that rounds out your prelims for UFC Abu Dhabi. He don't have a black belt. Oh, really? Holy shit, that's crazy. I would have thought he did. But hey, you know what? It should be about time. So anyway, what else you guys got for me? Anything you're looking forward to this weekend as far as those fights go? Are you going to watch any of the boxing? Is anybody watching PFL except for Christian, who's actually going to be there? Which is pretty sick, to be honest with you. I just hope it's a good. I hope it's a good event for you, man. He will. Good call. Uh, yeah. So hopefully it's a good fight for you, Christian, and at that PFL event that was in Washington D.C., right? Yeah. So for me, shit, I'm just waiting to get the hell out of here. I should be. Well, I will be leaving tomorrow, but I do have to go do some work in the morning. What time is PFL? I have no idea, to be honest with you. I really don't know. I could probably look it up. Christian might know since he's going. Let's see. It's not as easy to look up PFL stuff as it is UFC. Their website is kind of trash. Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury ain't nothing. They should be boxing each other. Yeah, they're going to, as long as both of them get wins. I'm sure they'll do it anyway, to be honest with you. But yeah, those fights are weird. Dude, I I don't even know. This fucking website is stupid. PFL start time. Let's do that. PFL Saturdays, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Main card starts at 7 p.m. Pacific. Okay. What's next for Usman, main? I don't know. I think Usman is. I don't think he's done yet. I think he still has a little bit left in him. Especially because it's not like he got completely trashed by DDP. I just think that he showed some decent fight in that one, so we'll have to see. I don't think he's done though. But who's next for Usman should do Raf? Yeah, I mean I bet he will at some point, or maybe he's just not interested in doing the wrestling anymore. Maybe that might be too much on his knees. Who knows? Because when you're just strictly doing wrestling, that's a lot for the knees. So he did that for so long. And I thought it was funny because Brendan Schaub kept saying stop fucking stressing on the knee thing. But Usman versus JDM, yeah, that would be a good fight. I think Ariel Hawani said something about that fight too, to be a good one. I think that's actually a good fight. Also, how many days do you have to work this week? Oh, I've been working all week, but I'll be out of here tomorrow. I got to go for a few hours in the morning to go finish up some stuff, and then I'll be driving home like midday. So I'll be back home tomorrow. Thank God. After this, I'll clean up all this stuff, pack everything back up. That's what sucks about doing it on Thursday, because then I got to pack everything up right after I'm done, which is why usually I'll still just get off at the same time. Brendan is not someone to listen to. I don't know, man. There's mixed, he has a lot of knowledge. He's obviously a fighter back in the day, but I just thought it was funny that he was kind of talking about how everyone should stop focusing on Usman's knees. But then after he lost, he kept saying something like, oh, well, his knees are trash and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, dude, if you're going to tell everybody to stop focusing on the knees and then go in for, talking about how, his knees are this and that, it's kind of weird. But like I said in the beginning about Usman, it's like Usman is the one that made the whole issue with his knees apparent. Talking about how he can't even walk on concrete, like he'll have to go walk on the grass because it hurts his knees too much. So of course everyone's gonna take that and run with it. Obviously he does what he does in the cage, and he's able to get it done. And it's not like he's hobbling around until probably after the fight. So he masks it well, and he gets in there and fights. So when it comes down to it, it can't be bugging him too much. But that's why I just don't know that he would do well in RAF, because in MMA, you're doing all these other things. It's like punching, kicking, wrestling's involved, jujitsu's involved, all that shit. In wrestling, it's like straight wrestling. So I think that's a lot of wear and tear on the knees. So that might be tough for him. But anyway, Brendan Schaub, I know a lot of people hate him. I don't mind him. I think there's sometimes when I'm just like, come on, bro. But then there's other, everybody's like that with everybody. At some point, somebody's probably like rolling their eyes at something I'm saying. He must be breaking a lot of painkillers. Oh, he must be taking a lot of painkillers. Yeah, maybe. Um, but yeah, I don't mind. I mean, Brendan Schaub started doing lives now too. So, I mean, I've jumped in his chat a couple times. You actually have to pay to chat on that one, but I had to like throw something in there one time. So I paid the $5 for the month, and I jumped in a couple on the in the chat, just because I also like to see how other people handle their chat. You know what I mean? Especially because he doesn't really know a whole lot about live streaming and stuff like that. That's part of like why I watch IRL streams and streamers on Twitch and stuff, because I just like to see how they handle things. You know what I mean? Because, like, of course, you guys are all cool, but sometimes you get people in here that like to talk shit, or, that want to say something because they don't like the way that I'm presenting myself, or the way that, any of the knowledge I might have, or anything like that. So that's why I watch a lot of that, just to kind of see, how people handle it. And with him, it's like, Brendan's bills are getting high. He needs the money. But yeah, I mean, who knows? There's a lot of people. I've been listening to Brendan Schaub for a long time, actually, and I know that that's kind of, people tend to get annoyed with him and talk a lot of shit. And I know there's a lot of shade thrown around about him and stuff that he's done back in the day. But for me, it's like, I've listened to him since the beginning, pretty much, for him and Brian Callen when they were first doing Fighter and the Kid. And then I actually went to one of his live shows. I mean, of course, we all know his stand-up wasn't the best for Schaub. But when it comes to his knowledge in the fight game, I feel like I would say I would give him about 85% of it. I agree with. There's that little bit there that just he gets a little overboard with some stuff, and he's not always right. And when he's not right, he kind of covers for it in a way where he's like struggling to cover, basically. He says stuff just to get views, attention, and ad revenue. Yeah, probably. Because, I mean, when you're at that level, that's what you're there for. If you can't generate that shit when you're to that point, then it's going to fall off. You know what I mean? So I understand some of it, you know what I mean? But some of it also, yeah, it's a little bit annoying. And so I can understand people getting irritated with it. I try my best just to be real. I'm not going to sit here and fucking go off on dumb shit all the time just to get views or whatever, and say stupid shit that I probably don't even really believe in. Because it's just fun to get on here and chat it up with you guys and talk and shit. I do appreciate the fact that he takes the time to read all of the chats for the most part. Sometimes you see kind of some looks that he gives when he sees some of the stuff that comes through. But he definitely has an audience, and if you're gonna pay just to hate on him, well, that's your bad, because at some point they're gonna block you or something. But if you're paying just to hate on him, you're just giving him money. So it's like, it's kind of weird. So I just paid the one time. I've never really paid to be in anybody's chat. I don't do any super chats. I don't pay for a subscription of any of that. But smart, best ways to diffuse or not engage in certain situations. You're a real one. Thanks. Yeah. No, thank you guys, man. I'm glad you guys are cool. I appreciate doing this, and it's fun all the time. I wish I could do it for a living. I wish I could do it, more often. I wish a lot of things, but it's just fun to get on here and do this. The fact that I even have the amount of people in the chat that I do, and I can continue to have shows where I have a lot of interaction. It's enough interaction for me. If it went any faster, it would be tough. But I mean, I won't complain if so many people come in the chat that are, and it gets to go a little faster, and I have to like keep up. But I also don't have any like moderators or anyone else. Like Brendan has a guy, Chan, who's actually really cool. He can sing and stuff, but you smart not buying super chats and subscriptions. This economy is something else. Yeah. Yeah, I think I subscribe to one streamer on Twitch, and then I have the one subscription to chat on with Brendan, and that's it. So, what's up, Phil? Did you change your did you change it, or you have a different one this time? um but yeah, so I mean it's just one of those things. I don't really like to pay for that shit, even though, sometimes and when it got a little dirty. Oh yeah, no problem, Xavier. Now I'm just kind of talking shit, but there was someone else in the chat earlier, Phil. I thought it was you. Maybe not. Miller time. Yeah, but anyway, like I was saying, like there's only one streamer I pay for, and that's just because I like their content, and I got sick of the ads. But yeah, I don't pay for too much because it's just like I already pay for enough shit. I don't want to pay for anything else. But I understand why people charge for shit sometimes, especially with Brendan. He gets a lot of hate. He does get a lot of hate. So when it comes down to it, having people pay means if you're gonna hate on him and you want to pay for it, that's on you. But yeah, it's like the show. You can watch the show for free, but you have to pay to chat. So that's just how it goes. And there's a lot of ways of doing that on here. Between no, I just got here. Oh, okay. Have you ever seen T.I.'s stand-up? Oh God, I heard about it. I never really saw it, but I heard about it. Not great, from what I understand. But yeah, I don't know if you like T-Pain does live like streaming too. He was actually at Streamer University. If remember, you remembered, yeah. He was at Streamer University. He was actually a professor for that, which was cool. I didn't really see a whole lot of his stuff because like the people I was following didn't really interact with him a whole bunch, but Tommy Gunn wants a rematch with Rocky inside the UFC. What? Oh, I see what you're saying. Never mind. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? What was I saying? Oh yeah. Anyway, I'm just rambling now at this point. T-Pain basement better than a regular club. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, he was getting shit lit out there, and yeah, just watching some of his streams and stuff is pretty sick. Because T-Pain is just one of those dudes. He's down to earth enough to be able to do shit like that and not, act all too good for everything. And then, he's just entertaining. His skills are great. I mean, they made a song for Streamer University and shit like that, which is pretty cool. But just watching him do his thing is badass. And he's just talented on a whole bunch of different levels. So even though he's a lot older than, most of those people there, Rocky versus Tommy Gunn at a classic street fight. Yeah, Rocky 5, man. That's one of the Rockies I watched the most because it was popular when, it was popular when I was a kid. So it was one of those one of the Rockies I actually liked back in the day because I was, the other Rockies I just wasn't that into. So most don't realize he was a DJ before production. Oh yeah, for sure. That Bradley Martin favorite movie and fight? Huh? It's kind of my love. It's kind of my love. I love these streams. I'm a few Discord. I call it my online bar, telefon, and I don't go out and get in trouble. No, that's a good way to stay out of trouble. That's for damn sure. Shit, I watch so many streams, man. It's crazy. Like a lot of times, sorry, why I love the, oh yeah. A lot of times I'll watch that instead of watching TV and stuff, like, especially when I'm out of town and stuff like that. I'll just have it on while I'm doing my prep and shit. How do you feel about UFC 330? People are shitting on it, but I like it. Oh, fuck. I'm drawing a blank. So I was thinking about so many other things. 330 is, Makachev versus Gary. I mean, I like that fight, that's for sure. I probably got way louder. Sorry, it's just I don't have my damn wireless keyboard with me. So let's see. That is the next one, right? Yeah, UFC 330. Mackenzie Dern versus Jillian Robertson. That has a potential to be a good fight. There's women. There's a lot of women on the main card. That's probably why people hate it so much. Aaron Blanchfield versus Jasmine Jasavicius. Jeff Neal versus Chidi Njokuani. Vicente Luque versus Tracy Gore, and Neil Magny versus Ramiz Brahimaj. Okay. I mean, it's not a horrible card. That main event is enough for me. Jalen Turner versus Kyle Fernandez. That could be good. Mansour Abdul Malik versus Dustin Stoltzfus. Edson Barbosa versus Estevan Ribovics. Ooh, that's an interesting matchup. Jeremiah Wells versus Miktabek Orobai. Okay. There's some decent fights on that card, man. I don't know why people would hate on it so much. Probably because there's multiple fights, multiple women's fights in the main card. Shake Shack just unveiled a West Coast burger. What the fuck? Yeah. I'm happy there's women on the fight card. Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad matchup with Dern and Robertson. I'm a little worried for Mackenzie Dern on that one because she does get hit a lot. And, Jillian Robinson can hit fucking hard. But on top of that, she just has a style that's might be really tough for Mackenzie. Bro, the women be getting down lately? Yeah, for sure. We had that run. We had that run for a while where they were, getting a lot of first round finishes in the beginning, in the prelims. So it's not all bad, It's just we just haven't seen a whole lot going on with the women lately. So yeah, it's tough. But yeah, otherwise, shit. I think I'm gonna wrap it up because, like I said, I gotta pack all this shit up. It sucks. I unpacked all this. I set it all up, and I couldn't even fucking use it. But I'm glad I got to do this. I mean, it's an hour and 40 minutes, and we got to fucking chat it up, and still went over the fights. It's a different kind of stream, but sometimes these are good. At least I know now that I can go live on my phone. So if I have to, like those times I've been out of town, I could have just done it live on my phone. I didn't even realize it. But and I do have my little mics, my wireless mics too, so I can always do it from that. Paper fight wheel main. Hey, appreciate you, Antoine. You know what? I did forgot. You just said fight wheel, and that reminded me. Let me give you my picks real quick because I kind of forgot about the fight wheel predictions. Let me see. What am I looking at? Where am I at? Fight wheel. Oh, I picked Ankalaev. I picked Urseg. I picked Dulatov, Zainukov, which is John Pork, by the way, Kunaev, and Vagayev. So I pretty much picked all of the favorites just by chance. But I am a little bit worried about that Urseg one. How long is the drive home? Probably about 4.5 hours. So nothing too crazy, but yeah. The fight wheel predictions, shit. I'm not even gonna worry about spinning the wheel because maybe I'll do it later or tomorrow, and see what the wheel comes up with. This was just a way to get something done. You know what I mean? At least I got to get a stream in. So I appreciate you guys for jumping in here and doing this with me because it's a little bit different than usual. A lot different than usual. I had no visuals or nothing. You just had to sit here and stare at me with my backdrop all funky. But I mean, I liked it. It's cool. And sometimes we can do this whenever I don't have time to do all the prep and shit. That doesn't mean I don't have to, not stream. I guess that's what this means. Because now I know I can just go live and do the damn thing. It still worked. Yeah, for sure. And the fact that it held up while I'm on the fucking, I don't know why the Wi-Fi wasn't working well with, hey, thank you all. It's good. I appreciate that. I do try to be as consistent as possible. We appreciate you, fam. It shows you care about us. Thanks, man. Yeah, like, especially now that there's a decent amount of you guys coming in all the time. It sucks to know that, like, I'm supposed to have a stream and then I don't. That sucks. And that's why I just typed in the chat of the other one, and I'm glad you guys were able to make it over and still jump in and have a good time chatting it up with me. So, but yeah, I will wrap it up and start packing all this bullshit up because I'm excited to just get back home. I miss my wife. I miss my dogs and my daughter. And yeah, I'm just ready to get back home. So, and I hope tomorrow isn't as bad as the past couple days have been. So, hopefully, hopefully you guys have a good rest of your night. Thanks, babe. Miss you too, and can't wait to see you tomorrow. I'm surprised you were in here that whole time. Holy shit. I'm over here just fucking around. But anyway, yeah, that's it for me. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna pack up. All right, Infinity. Yeah, I'll hit you up soon, man. I definitely been meaning to hit you up, and I just haven't. So, just been doing whatever. So, but I'll hit you up soon. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that's it for me. Come back on Sunday for the recap. Enjoy the fights on Saturday. I know, I'm gonna have them on my phone. I should be able to catch most of them. I'll definitely be freed up by the time the main event starts. Depending on how quickly I get through my shit or whatever, if I get back home quickly, maybe I'll jump on for a few, just to do a quick stream of, the last few fights. We'll see how it goes. But, other than that, just make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell because that's how you'll know when I go live. When stuff like this happens, you'll get the notifications. So, keep those noties on, and you'll always know when I go live or put out any kind of content. I've been trying to put out shorts and stuff. I haven't gotten to it this week because this card is tough to cover for something like that. But would you ever take a vacation to Abu Dhabi? I don't know, man. Flying overseas for me is tough. I barely get across the country. So maybe I'd be okay at some point in time in my life, but in the near future, maybe not. But Abu Dhabi sounds pretty cool. I just don't know if I really want to go to a place like that. If I ever went anywhere, I would find somewhere that I really want to go. You know what I'm saying? But if I was going to be well traveled, I might do something like Abu Dhabi at some point in time. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I do have to update description on the video and stuff like that, so I'm going to do all that too. So enjoy the fights on Saturday. Come back on Sunday for the recap. That's it for me. I'm out of here. Thanks again for coming in and joining in, you guys. I appreciate you. I drink and partake too many substances. Yeah, you got to be careful with that overseas. All right, that's it for me. I'm out of here. Take it easy. Peace. Do I know how to stop this? That's the problem. Oh shit, I don't know how to stop this. I feel like an idiot. Hold on, guys. How do I stop the live? What the fuck? Not that. Not that. I guess I'll just X out of it, huh? Maybe? Holy shit. Arten Senna or Michael Shoemaker? I don't even know who you're talking about, bro. Appreciate you, though. All right, I'm out of here. I'm going to just X out of this later.